Welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. Oh, y'all. Today we're talking about Miss Peach McIntyre. What to say about that girl? She's some kind of special. I will say that. So, you know, we did her last video talking about everything with the baby. And then she puts out a short basically saying, you know, that she didn't go to the doctor until the baby had been still for about 30 hours. That when she had the baby, she thanked the doctor for saving her baby's life. And she says the doctor looked at her with utter disgust. Her words, not mine. She said the doctor said to her, I don't think he's gonna make it. Now, I want to talk about that for a moment, because for the doctor to act a ways, because that's very unprofessional, first of all. And as far as if the baby's cord was wrapped, that could have happened at any time. The baby could have been asleep for a lot of that time. He didn't have to necessarily be not moving because something was wrong. I mean, you just have to be honest about that. I can't sit up here and blame the girl for the Cold War when she wasn't even born. You see what I'm saying? So she didn't have a control of what was going on in the womb. Now, I'm saying this with the assumption that she had proper medical care during her pregnancy and did all the things she was supposed to do. We know the girl gonna eat, so she was doing that. Did she take medication? I don't know. But whatever the case, you know, it kind of is what it is when it comes to that. But anyway, she said the doctor said she don't think he gonna make it. What that tells me is that baby had or he suspected he was going to have very aggressive damage, and that he probably had a severe case of HEI, which is the when the brain is deprived of oxygen for a period of time, chemicals are created, and those chemicals cause damage to the brain. So I feel that he in his mind knew that baby was going to have a severe case of this. Okay, so that was already one thing. Now, even with that, he can't really blame her. Yes, she didn't come to the doctor for an extended period of time, but I mean, some babies only move a certain time of day. Like, a lot of times babies move more at night. But it's not that they're not moving, it's that you don't feel it as much. Now, she alleged she was still early on in the pregnancy. If that was the case, then he wouldn't have been big enough that she would have felt every single thing. So, with that being the case as well, I mean, I just found that interesting. Or a lie. One of the two. Also, why would the doctor be so negative to her if this is something, you know, that happens, unless he felt that there was some type of neglect? And being that he didn't act on it, he clearly didn't feel that. But either way, the baby clearly had possibly a severe case of it's not HEI, it's HIE. And I apologize in advance for my background. I'm actually at In Market. So y'all just gonna have to work with your girl. But anyway, so fast forward from there, the baby they suspected was going to have issues. They took the baby to a hospital that could accommodate that. That was the either St. Joseph or Tampa Regional or wherever the heck. But anyway, it's in Tampa, and that's where they did that therapeutic hypothermia. So what that basically does is... So I apologize for that, guys. I was standing outside the vehicle, and when I was out there, a lot was going on. So the guy sitting in the vehicle over there, which is weird, he's just sitting there. He's not even getting gas. I don't know if he's waiting for somebody, but he was just sitting there. Then all of a sudden, he started blasting his music. But anyway, back to the baby. So he was taken to another hospital who could facilitate the therapeutic hypothermia procedure. It's a 3-day extensive type of care, which we've talked about it in detail here, so no need to rehash. But anyway, he goes into the therapy, and hopefully everything was good with that. But then, on in this short that she does, she talks about, it was probably my fault. And being that it probably was my fault, oh my God, I guess she's thinking in her mind, oh my God, I may have caused harm to my child. And I guess she was also saying that she may not, you don't want your child to live and be hurt or restricted in any type of way. So maybe what the doctor said is not the worst thing. Now, that blew me. That blew me because, number one, if he has an issue, and, it may be an issue that was fatal, and it was your fault, at that point, I feel like you should be appropriately adjudicated. Let me say it like that. Because to me, that's still a form of neglect. But again, it would be hard to prove because we don't know when one thing happened versus the next, and on and on and on. So, guys, I just was blown away by this. She was talking about how her mom was upset, rightfully so. And then she says, no, I'm a manifester. Okay, if you're a manifester, why even say that dumb crap? Like, why put it out there? You did it for this very reason, so you could have people talking about you. And I'm having to learn more and more that sometimes people just do dumb stuff for the effect of it all. But what kind of woman, what kind of mother does it for the effect of it all to get views at the cost of speaking something like that on her child? I just think that's crazy. I really do. I think it's crazy. But maybe she's crazy. I also feel like Peach started in the projects. She may have left the projects for all we know, but her mindset did not change. She's still a project girl. And I'm not saying that. Now that, I'm really not saying as a matter of fact type of thing. I'm really saying it in a horrible kind of way. I don't come on here and talk about people to down them. I talk about the facts that they put out, and I give my commentary about it. I don't come on here to insult people. I talk about the facts that they put out, give my commentary about it. I'm never going to have to come on here and apologize for something I said, because I've never said anything coming from a hurtful place. I've never said anything coming from a place of, oh, I'm just trying to get a view and a like. I'm just giving my commentary. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope it is something that you agree with. I hope that you don't see it coming from a place of negativity in any way, shape, form, or fashion, because that's not what it's intended to do. But what I do hope also is that you see that I have a genuine love for children. People, period. But the Bible says, suffer little children to come unto me and forbid them not, for such is the kingdom of heaven. I don't know if that's the exact verbiage, but, don't beat me up if I don't quote it perfectly and perfectly from the get-go, but you get my point. Children are innocent. That little baby is innocent, and every time I see him and I see how his eyes move weird, it scares me, and I'm gonna tell you why. One of the things that happen with kids who suffer HIE, one of the things that happens is they can have, muscle spasms uncontrollably. They can end up with, other neurological disorders. I don't want to say things that's going to make this video not just a general video. But fast forward to one thing that can happen. They can also become blind. They can. And I don't know if that's something that's going on with him, because of how he moves his eyes is just really telling, in my opinion. But whatever the case is, I just was blown away by what that girl said. How she didn't take him to the hospital, how she felt like it was her fault, how she felt that he may need to, transition, all of these things. I thought it was tasteless. I thought it was disgusting, especially coming from the child's mother, the person who was supposed to be caring for him. And then let's move forward. She had the baby in a stroller. There was one time Will was trying to put the stroller in the car, because it goes from a stroller to being a car seat, but you have to do a few little steps to adjust it and take the wheel part to where to go back behind the car seat, and then you put it in the car, right? So they was doing that, and honey, I'm like, Lord, they gonna get a baby shaking baby syndrome. Then another situation, they got the baby in the car seat while they in Sam's. She just had to take him in there so she can throw her boob in his mouth. And Lord, I'd be scared every time she feeding him, because a bottle will sit in the baby's mouth, but the plastic will push back. Boobs move forward onto the baby's mouth, which I be thinking the little baby finna suffocate. Poor little baby. That's what I mean, because it be all over his, oh Lord have mercy. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Peach is doing this to try to hit that 400K mark. But let's be honest. Numbers. Now, the more people that you have that follow you, that are a part of your social network, the easier it is to get views and all of this. But the numbers don't make the views, and the numbers also don't pay the check. So, that is very much something that you have to think about. But it's still, I guess, in a vanity number, we all are asphyxiated on it. We all think that, it's an amazing thing, and it's something that we want. It's a feel-good number. So she wanted that 4. And when she got home that day, baby, when I say she threw every picture out there that would be emotionally provoking and jarring, I was like, oh my goodness. And she said the most vile, disgusting things to get you to either be emotionally invested in her story and on her side, or invested and feeling the type of ways, which is where I went. And I didn't go there because I have an issue with her. I don't know this girl from Adam Cat. She don't know me. My opinion is just one of several. Let's keep it real. But the thing about it is, that girl is a Looney Tune. Did you hear me? Let me say it louder for the ones in the back. The girl is a freaking Looney Tune. She's slow. Slow. And, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know what to say about this young lady. I don't know where she's going. And quite frankly, I don't understand how Wood's still there. Now, I know all his children, for the most part, are in this girl's house. I know that he loves his children, and I'm pretty sure he loves her. I mean, he's still going through the motions. But then, you know what? A man will be with you. He will sleep with you. He will even buy you gifts and then leave you the next day. It's called, y'all need to watch, T.D. Jakes had a sermon he preached called He Motions. Y'all need to read it, babe. I mean, watch that. That'll help you understand how men operate. But guys, the point of this video is talking about that short, about the things that she said in that short and how horrible it is. And also for me to point out that I'm concerned that that baby is going to have some deficiencies because of what he went through. Period, point blank. That's where I am. I am afraid and concerned about that and hoping for the best for him. Because everybody deserves the best quality of life they can have. And everybody deserves to have as much in life that you can achieve. I mean, even her. But she shouldn't have to sell her kids to the highest looker to get it. And it's sad that she feels she has to. If you have to go and be a person that's worried about getting tricked out your spot, honey, if you got to worry about that and you got to do dumb stuff to feel like you got to keep yourself in a position, that shows that not only is your intellect in that situation lacking, that you are very insecure as well. Because she, you know, she didn't want to get her lazy behind up. She's talking about she's a person that stays on the go, but didn't want to get her lazy behind up and go to the doctor to see about her baby. Like that, it don't go together. It don't. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about this? What do you think about what I've said? Do you think that there is something to it? That it could possibly be the situation? Do you think maybe, no, I don't think that's the case. You know, maybe you're reaching a little bit. Like, what do you guys think about it? I do think that he has something. I'm hoping that the only thing that's affected at worst is that he just has some delays. I'm hoping that what I see and what I'm scared that could be happening, because if you notice, sometimes they'll be holding him and he'll kind of like shake a little bit. That could be misfiring of nerve cells, and I'm scared of that as well. So tell me what you guys think about this. Tell me what you think of this whole situation as far as that short and what was said and what I have put out here. Just let me know what y'all think. We will definitely talk about it in the comments. We will definitely talk about it in the comments, guys, and we will definitely probably be talking about this some more, because I mean, as time goes by, we will start to observe and more things will be brought to the table, and it will allow us to get a better picture of what's going on. Now, I'm gonna address something that I probably ordinarily would not have. It seems to be a big deal out here that people have a problem with one or another, or let me say it more directly. People seem to have a problem with commentary channels. And that people give their opinion. Let me tell y'all something. Whether y'all know it or not, every person who comes on here as a vlogger, as a person that's an entertainer, every single person that comes on here in that capacity wants another person to talk about them, because the more they're talked about, the more relevant they are, and the more relevant they are, the more people will watch. So those of you who are focused on the wrong thing, y'all stop asking people to get a life. We got a life. You're the one that seem to be dazed and confused, as they said in the military. Is she breathing? Is she bleeding? Does she have dazed and confused behavior? I don't, but I think y'all do, and y'all need to get yourself checked out. Okay, I'm out of here.